What's up, YouTube? This is Titan 420 back with you on Wednesday, the 9th of September. And you know what that means. If you watched my previous Nature World video, I told you I was gonna do a sports special, and that's what this is. So let's get right down to it. Get into my phone here and get into my most favorite app of probably all time, and it's Bleacher Report Team Stream. I think the main company that actually makes the app is CBS, so thank you CBS Sports for providing us with this. If you don't know what Team Stream is, I don't know if you can really see it on my phone or not, but it's an app that covers all sports. And when I mean all sports, I mean everything from football to WWE, UFC to the UEFA League and soccer. What I'm going to provide with you in this show is my opinions on certain sports topics, topics that I particularly enjoy and like football, NFL football, NCAA basketball, what else? NBA basketball. Sometimes golf, depending on what the topic might be. And with that said, sports like golf, maybe tennis, if it's a big match, people want me to talk about it. If you want me to talk about more sports topics during these shows, I'm planning on putting one up. Hopefully every Monday, every Wednesday, and then Friday will be my prediction show during football season for every game in the NFL and certain top 25 games in the NCAA and in Division I. So let's go ahead and get down to it. I will tell you my favorite teams. Another great thing about this app is you don't have to have everything. Yes, on the homepage you'll have certain features that will come out in certain top stories, but you have your choice on what mainly is going to be coming up on that home screen, and it's all your favorite teams. My favorite teams consist of my favorite NFL team, and yes, I am Ohio. I am from Ohio, not originally from Ohio. I'm an Army brat, so I've moved around. So I've also, with that said, I've used that to pick up my teams. I've been a Tennessee Titans fan, loyal Tennessee Titans fan, hence the name Titan 420. Since 1999, I was about 10 years old, somewhere around there. And when they ended up going to the Super Bowl and everything, I just fell in love with that team. Everything they represent. I wasn't really alive too much when they were the Houston Oilers, but I still rep them. I have a Houston Oilers throwback hat and everything, so they're still one of my favorite teams as well. And I still see them as my favorite team as well. It's just not Tennessee Titans. I'm a fan of both the Titans and what they used to be, Houston Oilers. My favorite NBA team is the Cleveland Cavaliers. I picked them up as my favorite team when LeBron came to the Cavs. I was living in Ohio at the time. I believe I was a freshman when he got drafted. So I followed him his entire career wherever he's been. Wasn't too happy with the decision, but it is what it is. At least he came home, and hopefully he can bring us a championship. Duke has been my favorite team since, God, I'd say longer than the Titans have been my favorite team. I've liked Duke since I was super little. I'd have to say when started watching him with JJ Redick and everybody, I believe. Sometimes I want to say Man, in the 90s I started watching him actually. But when I really started to watch him was when J.J. Redick was doing his thing up there, and I've liked him ever since. We're champions, so that's awesome. Sucks that we're in an age where it's with the one and done, so you don't get to see just how many championships they could have won, and I think they could have won at least 2. That team with Justice Winslow, in my opinion, who should have been the #1 pick, and that was Jahlil Okafor, but not faulting what Minnesota did. They picked up a great power forward slash center. I mean, I think he mainly plays center, Karl-Anthony Towns. But I don't think he's the best. Call that, home team blinders or whatever. But Jahlil Okafor is going to be something else. Yes, he has to work on his defense. I understand that, but you won't find a more polished center offensively probably for a very long time. So I believe the 76ers got a steal. We'll move on to my favorite football teams, or my favorite NCAA team. I also want to make a shout out to the Cleveland Browns. They're my hometown football team, so they'll always have a special place in my heart, so I'll be talking about them like they're a favorite team sometimes. I don't have DirecTV Sunday NFL tickets, so when I can't watch the Titans games, I still like watching football. I watch the Browns play all the time, every Sunday. So definitely concerned about what they do and everything. And then best damn team in the land, the Ohio State University. They're my favorite football team for sure. They've been like that for a very long time as well. So very loyal. Once I pick a team and I call you my favorite team, you'll be my favorite team for life. So let's get down to some topics. Let's start off with the Cavs. I told you guys in my last video that in this one I was going to talk about a particular player who hasn't signed with them yet. And if you've been following the Cavs, you know there's only one player who hasn't signed yet. Tristan Thompson, I'm talking about you. I'm not really sure why he hasn't signed yet. Doesn't make any sense, really. We're one of the best teams out there that can actually provide him money, and we may not be able to provide him a max contract, but we can provide him a ring. We're going to win a ring. That's the way the organization of Cleveland should look at it. Just straight up tell him, like, look, this is what you're getting on the open market. This is what we're going to get you. It's not a max deal, but you're not going to get a max deal from anyone else either. So it's either stick with what you know. You've been with these players for a year now. You've been with Kyrie since you came into the league. So why not? Why not stick with what you know? A team that will be fighting for a championship every single year. You may not get that anywhere else you go. And one of your best friends is LeBron James. So why not go play for him again? Even if you have to take a pay cut this time. Tristan Thompson isn't a proven star yet. A proven star. What I mean by that is players like LeBron James, Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, CP3, Blake Griffin. Those are established stars. Those are players that want, demand, and will get max contracts. Players like Kyrie Irving. Players like that. Tristan Thompson, he's not there yet. Yeah, he had a great finals, but I've been covering, not covering, but I've been watching the Cavaliers for a long time. They're my favorite team. That was the time. That's the only time where he really stepped up beyond what he normally is, and he didn't even really step up beyond what he normally is really that much. He's a great rebounder, and he showed that. That's not star player to me. he likes to make the comparison between him and Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman could play killer defense. He would lock down whoever he defended. Tristan Thompson doesn't do that. And what I noticed, especially during the finals, was Tristan needs to cover the picks better, pick and rolls. Instead of getting caught and having to cover the point guard, make sure you slide down or communicate with your point guard to where you don't have to do that every time and cover it, and have him cover a big man. Stop getting into matchup problems on pick and rolls on defense. And that's one of his worst, I'd say, attributes is play off of pick and rolls and screens on D. Still a great player. I believe he deserves a lot of money. It's not a max deal, and he needs to sign because it's getting down to the nitty gritty. It's September 10th. Season starts soon. Season starts in what, like a month or something like that? Gotta get going. Alright, let's move on to let's move on to Ohio State. Great first win versus Virginia Tech. Heavily favored. I like the decision to use Cardale Jones. Cardale Jones is a great player. I think if he plays good this year, he could possibly be up for number one pick in the draft. Yes, he has a lot to work on still, but the kid has clutch. He has the it factor. He's got the clutch factor, and to do what he did, come in for JT Barrett after JT Barrett gets hurt in the most crucial time for that team, and you couldn't perform any better. Yeah, he had a great defense as one crutch, and he had Ezekiel Elliott as the other crutch, but he still was very proficient. I like the fact that he doesn't run around a lot. Less risk of injury. He's big dude, stays tall in the pocket, has a huge arm. I mean, basically he's just another version of a Jameis Winston or a Ben Roethlisberger or somebody like that. And they've been at least Ben Roethlisberger has been successful in the league. He has the body type of, let's go back a little further, of Doug Williams, stuff like that. They've been successful. Those big type quarterbacks have been successful in this league. He might be a little bit bigger than Peyton Manning, I'm not sure, but size-wise is what I like from him and what he can do. He might be a 1-2 punch in Ohio State for for Heisman voting, so that's pretty cool. We're getting up there. SEC, not particularly one of my favorite conferences, but being an Ohio State fan, I like the Big Ten, and I support all Big Ten teams except for probably Michigan. If Michigan went winless every season, I'd be a happy guy. As for the SEC, I think they get a little bit too much credit. Having 10 teams in the top 25 like that, breaking a new record. It's alright and everything, but don't you think that other teams deserved it, more? That's why I don't really like polls all that much. The polls only are coaches and media, and coaches. It's been proven a lot that coaches don't really watch other people's games, except for the ones that they scout. They don't really know what's going on from week to week in the rest of Division I. So why should they have to vote? But that's a topic that's been discussed a lot, and really it's probably never going to end. We're always going to have polls somehow. I mean, that's how we get our playoff system, or our top 4 teams, which I'm so glad that they finally did. Thank goodness for that. And speaking of which, nice transition, something new will change in the NBA. No longer will it be first 4 teams that get in because of division. It won't, no matter, it won't matter no more about the place in your division. It'll be top 8 teams, top 8 records. They go to the playoffs, and that's how it is. And it bodes real well for the West. That's what they've needed for a long time. Teams like the Suns, and they're the team that comes to mind first, really, that can't get into the playoffs, but they have a winning record. They have a record that's good enough to get into the playoffs, but they don't do it because they didn't win their division. So, something football needs to look at as well, because you'll have teams that go 7-9 to win their division, and then you'll have a team that's 10-5 and they don't get in because, you know, their record wasn't good enough. Well, it would have been good enough if you would have omitted that 7-9 division winner. And yeah, division should mean something, I guess, but if you're 7-9, you really don't deserve to be in the playoffs. Sorry. Especially over a team that won more games than you. This is my first sports video. You'll be seeing another one on Friday, like I said, a prediction show. It'll be for football, for sure, for football season. I'm going to give scores of the games, but probably not final score. Yeah, I'm not going to give final scores to the game. That's just too hard to predict. I'm pretty much just going to do winners and losers of each week, and we'll go from there. And I'll keep a tally on it, and I'm sure you guys will too. Hope you guys are enjoying this video so far. It's my, like I said, first time as a my sports star. Hope that this becomes something that you guys like watching. If you do like this video, give it a nice big thumbs up. Comment, share this video to your friends, share it on Facebook. I don't have a Twitter, but you know, if you do, share it on Twitter. The more people that see it and enjoy it, you know, the better. So that's what I'm all about. Let's get back to it. A few more topics before I go ahead and get out of here for tonight. I know it's a sports show, but you guys probably noticed Angry Birds my wife picked that up for me a while back, and then you got Grand Theft Auto 5 there, poster, because of you get it with the game when you buy it on pre-order. Heck of a game. We got 2 posters from that. Like I said, heck of a game. Real good game. Let's go back to sports topics, and for some help, some Bleacher Report. Let's check out what the Titans are doing. It's been a minute. My opinion on Marcus Mariota. I watched a few of his preseason games. I've got NFL Network they play. I think he has real good command of the offense so far. As good as you can. A lot better than Johnny Manziel did last year, that's for sure. A little bit too much was on his not throwing an interception in camp. You don't really get rushed in camp, so how hard can it be to not throw an interception when you're not when you don't have defenders in your face all the time? With that said, he played well. He had a few mistakes. Every quarterback's going to have mistakes, but I like his poise. I like that he forgets that he had those mistakes at all. Goes back out there and will have a drive, get a touchdown off that drive, or just have a big play. I think Ken Wisenhunt needs to not be afraid to let him use his legs. I know Wisenhunt isn't really used to using quarterbacks that have the ability to run. I mean, he worked with Ben Roethlisberger, Kurt Warner, quarterbacks like that. Didn't really move a lot, so he needs to, and that's where he needs to go to his offensive coordinator. And I know that's kind of his job per se too, but somebody that can help implement some running plays, maybe a few option plays, something that isn't normally incorporated in his offense, but you can. Why not? If you have the ability to use it, use it. And it's something he's comfortable with. You've seen it in Oregon. He's definitely comfortable in working the option. You like using Whisenhunt likes using shotgun as well, so get him out in the shotgun more. He doesn't always have to be under center. Yeah, he needs to be proficient under center, but I mean, Peyton Manning, one of the best quarterbacks in the league, is, I think, like 90% of his snaps are shotgun, or they were until he got the new offensive coordinator or new head coach. Yeah, Gary Kubiak. So we'll see how that works out there in Denver. I like Peyton Manning. Now that he's not with the Colts. Let's stay in the AFC South and go ahead and talk about those Colts. They're like, to me, they're like the Titans Steelers. Like the Browns have the Steelers have the Browns, where our rivalry, or our in division rivalry, would be the Colts. It hasn't really been much of a rivalry because Andrew Luck's been in the division and been a Colt for quite some time now, and before that it was Peyton Manning. So yeah, we've seen misery. As for the Colts, I think they made good pickup as well. They chose to go out and get in free agency Frank Gore and Andre Johnson. Andre Johnson, originally from the Texans, is great. He's going to be a Hall of Famer one day, so that's a really good pickup. He's one that doesn't normally get injured a lot. I think maybe in the last year or so he might have had an injury or two, but you know, he's going to be out there. You probably count on him for 16 games. Same with Frank Gore, very durable back. Yeah, he's getting up there in age, but he hasn't shown signs of slowing down yet. So I think it was a good pickup. Sucks for the Titans, but what are you going to do? As for the other team two teams in our division, J.J. Watt, I believed, should have been MVP. Not really sure why. I mean, might as well call the MVP the quarterback award. Most valuable quarterback, MVQ, I guess, because that's what it is. So I'm glad that players got to vote in the top 100, and they named the best player in the league, the rightful best player in the league, and that's J.J. Watt. He had a hell of a season last year. Should have been the third defensive player to ever win MVP, but you know, he'll probably get it eventually if he keeps playing at the level he's been playing at. Eventually, they can't deny him no more. And I like Aaron Rodgers. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks in this league, and he deserved MVP, I guess, if J.J. Watt wasn't in the league this year. Alright, so let's finish up. We'll do one more topic, and that topic is going to be wrestling. Let's go ahead. I'm somewhat of a WWE fan. I watch most pay-per-views when I have WWE Network. So let me slide in and see if there's any news there that's worth talking about. Apparently, the head injury that John Cena suffered wasn't as bad as initially thought, or what it looked to be. He should be okay. Not really sure if it was a concussion or not. Bleacher Report in WWE does a lot of spoilers, you know, predictions for what goes on. SmackDown results, huh? Let's tell you down a little SmackDown results for tonight, if you haven't already seen it. You can go ahead and click out of the video now. If you liked it, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Share it to Facebook or Twitter if you like it, and subscribe for more for sure. Alright. So it's not like how I thought it was going to be. Seth Rollins pinned Ryback, so he got payback for, I think, the night he lost Ryback on Raw last Monday. It was, he pedigreed him in a wild and chaotic lumberjack match. Who that probably would have been good. Ambrose, Reigns, and Uso defeated the New Day by disqualification when the Riot family in a feud. Paige and Sasha Banks ended in a no contest. The other members of Team PCB and Team Bad were banned from ringside for that. If you've been following, you probably know why. There's two teams, they tend to see each other, who just want to fight. So, you know, Divas Revolution or whatever. Fight broke out after that match. Not too much going on before Night of Champions. I like that Rollins is going to have to defend both his titles at Night of Champions. I believe Night of Champions, it should. Every title should be on the line. So it's nice. It's cool that they're breaking it up like that. So hopefully he's not going to hold two titles at the same time for very much longer. I mean, you don't. WWE already has so few titles. There's no sense in giving one dude two titles. You already combined the WWE and World Heavyweight title. Don't combine any others. Go ahead and, you know, let that US Championship go to somebody else eventually. And that's kind of where I predict Night of Champions, at least in those matches. They're going to lose. I don't think Sting's going to win the championship. No offense to Sting, but I think he's a little bit too old of a wrestler to be out there every night like the champion has to be. Like Brock Lesnar's not out there every night fighting, but when he has the title, he's usually there. You know, he has to make some kind of appearance. And I don't think Sting is really going to be up for that, or his character. I don't know. It's whatever. It's up to the WWE, but my prediction is that Seth Rollins wins that match, but John Cena gets back his title. I do. I believe that Rollins won't sneak out of it this time. There's not going to be any Jon Stewart, none of that crap. And I think John Cena wins it. Not one of my favorite wrestlers, but I like him better than Seth Rollins, that's for sure. Seth Rollins plays a good heel, and yeah, I definitely definitely like to hate that motherfucker. And so he's doing his job right, at least. Alright, so this has been a pretty long video, and you guys are probably getting pretty bored. Hopefully not. Like I said, anytime, if you like it, make sure you give it the nice big thumbs up. So that's it for my first sports special, Wednesday night sports special. If you guys liked it, send down topics for more. Wow. And that's why it's unedited, folks. So you can see the mistakes and know that it's me, and I'm not, you know, here to edit anything. I'm going to let you guys see it all. Raw, uncut, you know, and let you guys decide whether you want to watch another one or not. You know, I want to keep it real. I mean, a fake video or edited videos are they're not really YouTube videos. When you're just doing like video blogs and stuff, you need to just let it be. Like when Custom Grow 420 or Token Daily does their videos, they don't edit it and take out certain stuff. And if they do, then I was wrong. Oh well. But I don't. So you're gonna get mistakes like that, and me going all the time. And I think a lot of you guys I think that's why a lot of people watch blogs like this, because it is real, it's raw, it's uncut, and you never know what you're going to hear. That's what YouTube's for, at least. With that said, it's time to go ahead and sign out. Talk to you later, YouTube. This is Titan 420, signing off.